Hello everybody, hello to my friends across the world. It's Crypto Gardener here. Yep, and if you don't know me, that's not my real name, I made it up. I will be revealing my real name at some point, maybe very soon as it happens, because I've started up a little business which I obviously want as many people to know about as possible. So I'm going to come clean and my true identity will be revealed. The business is actually as an artist. There's a couple of things that I've changed in the last year or so. One of them is that I am attempting very much to retire permanently from gardening. It was destroying my body. Now that's part of my story here, because it's been a while since I've been on YouTube here. What I did about 2 years ago, I made a series of videos, or a couple of series of videos actually. One was all about a project cryptocurrency called Electroneum, and I know that probably all the people that ever followed me on this YouTube channel are also Electroneum enthusiasts. I still very much am. Unfortunately, I'm very minimally invested in Electroneum. I'm skin. I do the free handout thing, so I've got a tiny little pocket of Electroneum. I lost a lot. Well, it's in Cryptopia, isn't it? Another story. I'm one of those people that had a currency in Cryptopia, and it's somewhere in there at the moment. I'm not bothering to wait for the latest updates. I've more or less kissed it all goodbye. It's fine. It's worth very little anyway. But so I've got a lot to talk about, Electroneum being one of them, but I need to put everything into context, when I talk about stuff. I can't just kind of come out here and go, Electroneum is brilliant, Electroneum is magic, let's all use Electroneum. Although I am passionately enthusiastic about it as a project, that's just put that aside for now, because the world is a really rather extraordinary place at the moment. There are things going on which have never gone on before, and I think many people will realise that there is a storm approaching. There's actually a storm here right now, Storm Kira, at the moment in the UK. Wind's dropped a little bit at the moment. You might see the van kind of shaking from side to side because the winds are pretty heavy. But there is a storm approaching, and I mean, I'm talking about the big financial crash which is coming. People have been kind of saying for a couple of years now, oh, we're overdue, it's overinflated. But it is overinflated and overdue. Which makes it all the more worrying because it doesn't seem like the sort of hyper bubble of growth, at least the growth of some things, has any signs of abating right now. Stocks all-time highs again. Borrowing. What's going on with the Federal Reserve, at least, and other central banks, what's been going on the last 10 years, and how that's impacted on the new system which we're operating in now, because we're operating within a financial system now which humans have never experienced before, and it's a system based on just imaginings of some people. How can I put this? Well, that basically central banks print all the money and they just flood the market with it, and they have been doing so for the last 10 years ridiculously. I mean, I don't know precisely what's been happening with all the central banks, but I know the Fed tried to pull back the balance sheet a little bit. Things got a little bit shaky, so now they're starting to sort of reliquidate all the banks, and massively. So we're just flooded with money. Basically, the world is absolutely flooded with money, which makes it all the more curious when I think to myself, well, what happened to me in the last couple of years? Because I went through an insolvency procedure about less than a year ago. It's not bankruptcy. Thankfully, I managed to avoid bankruptcy because the government in my country has a very, very nice organisation set up that protects people like me, because I was in debt which I could not manage. I could manage it by destroying my body physically, by working so hard and being under so much stress that I was literally damaging myself, but then I wouldn't be able to work. So, catch-22 situation there. Need to work, but I also need a body. Anyway, managed to sort out this thing where I've got to make a payment every month for 6 years, but at the end of the 6 years, the rest of my debts get wiped away. It's very, very handy for me. It's changed my life. It's made things affordable for me. But yeah, so how come that? Because actually, I was a really good gardener. I would design gardens and build them as well, do all the building and things like that. So I was making a really, really nice product, but I found it so difficult to compete in the market, and anyway, I lost control. The bills were just mounting up. I just didn't know who I was paying anymore. What were these things that I was paying for? Where was all the money going, and how was I going down and down and down and getting more and more into debt when the world is so gigantically flooded with all of this new money that's been appearing in the last 10 years? Where's it all gone? Well, it hasn't gone to me, has it? It's gone somewhere else. And you see, when I first got into trading through contract for difference trading on a phone app, about 2.5 years ago. Well, as soon as I got into that, and I started on a journey discovering where actually the money is going and why. And it's been an absolutely fascinating journey. I haven't discovered anything new. All I've been doing is actually learning what's been going on. And my word, I've been having insight after insight. So I want to talk about all of this. Like I say, it's nothing new. It's all information which is out there. But you don't know what to believe, do you, when you listen to people? You just don't know what to believe. The internet and all media channels are flooded with half-truths and downright lies. Even ourselves, don't we? We put ourselves out on the internet. Maybe it's a little bit exaggerated. Maybe we put ourselves across on the internet a little bit better than life really is for us right now. We keep some things a little bit secret, don't we? So it's difficult to know what or who to believe. But I can tell you what you can believe and what is absolutely 100% true, and that is the price chart of a thing, of whatever it might be, a cryptocurrency, a commodity, a stock. The price chart of a financial thing, market, is the one thing that I can say for sure is absolutely true. And the story that these charts tell within them is just, once you start to uncover it, and once you start to realize, and once you start to experience the story for yourself by trading within it, it's really rather grotesquely, obscenely horrible, actually, what's going on. It's global theft, a heist of the masses of the population. The large percentage of the human population is being robbed and the money's going into the pockets of the rich who are getting richer. I mean, it's as simple as that, isn't it? I think most people are aware of this. Okay, but the details of how it's happening are just extraordinary, and now I've had some kind of insights, some sort of moments of clarity. I can now no longer not see this. Everywhere I look, I just see the corruption going on. Corruption's a bad word for it, by the way. I honestly don't think there's any one person, or maybe there's one or two people, but I don't think there's any real truth in the fact that there are people at the top deliberately manipulating the human population for their own gain. I don't think that that's what's happening. It's something else, even more powerful and low level, right? It's as if the system itself has now gained its own consciousness and is actually taken over and is using certain individuals for its own gain, right? Because it rewards the richest. Look, I'm in danger of going to go off in a tangent there without actually justifying what I'm saying. So anyway, it's me again, and I'm going to be talking more in the future about stuff. So hope to see you soon. Take care.